So today I'd like to talk about something that we're working on as Red Dane. It's basically incorporating dairy farming with holistic veld management. So the system that we've developed here is we're actually running a herd of mixed pure dairy cattle, mostly pure. There's a few T-Rexes, but mostly they're pure. And what we've done is we've split a 100-hectare paddock into 5-hectare sections. They're only theoretical sections. We just peg them out, and then we keep the cows in the different areas using electric tape. So with holistic veld management, the big thing is that there has to be a rest period where the cows aren't coming back to the same area. So by having the 20 paddocks, we make sure that the cows are only in an area for a day or two. They're then out of that particular area for at least 20 days so that the area can recover, particularly during the growing season. So what we've done that, we've marked this area out. Every day we're moving the cows, we move the dairy, the generator follows with the dairy and the milk tank. Everything moves so that each day we milk on a different place. The big thing with that is we can also choose areas that need to be impacted. So areas with a lot of bush encroachment or areas with a lot of thick or moribund grass, we place the dairy on that area, and the cows will then stamp down all the grass, and they'll obviously introduce a lot of manure because they're being fed. On this side here, we've got what we think is the best option that we've come up with so far on feeding the cows. Because during winter these purebred type of animals need a lot of food, maize silage, concentrate, grass silage mixed in here. It's a lot of food, and we found with our mobile feed troughs that we use for supplementary feeding, they're actually not big enough to carry the amount of food that these cows need. So we basically lay down a conveyor belt and then put hot tape on either side. That stops the cows walking across it and stops making a mess. And we found we've reduced our wastage in this system compared to feeding in tire troughs or on the ground by 20 to 25%. So a massive saving in your feed costs. And again, we identify areas that we want to impact and put the trough right on top of those areas, and the cows will then tramp down all around that. We move the trough every 1 or 2 days, and that again impacts that area. And we've seen a massive transformation in this paddock using these different methods. We've seen a reduction in bush encroachment, and we see grass staying greener for longer. The thing you have to work out a plan for is getting the cows water. If you're going to do this type of holistic grazing where you're moving the cattle on a daily basis, especially dairy cows, in fact all cows, but with dairy the impact is immediately felt if you don't have enough water. So we've got a number of different systems. We've tried some of these plastic troughs, we've made up some mobile troughs. We've actually got some much better mobile troughs now that we've had made locally. And then what we do is we've run in this particular paddock, we've put a reservoir with a solar pump, and we've run hydrant lines. So 50 mil poly pipe with hydrant lines, and then we move the troughs every 2 days when we move the cows, and plug the pipes into the hydrant line. However, when there's power cuts or periods where you're not getting water for whatever reason, you need to have a reserve. So we've just got these old tanks on trailers. So once the trough's full, we then use the tanks as a reserve. If the water's not coming down the pipeline, we then drain out of those tanks to ensure the cattle have water all the time.